Tonight's distinguished lecture is the 51st in a rich tradition that dates back to 1961. Tonight, we make history by putting on our first team lecture. We are changing the game a bit in that our topic for this evening also is a bit different. It's still about communications, but in the context of politics. Now, we all heard Jim talk about truth and politics and how things are transforming our profession. But lest you think this is a bit of a stretch, I'll remind you that many of the techniques and tactics currently in use by our profession were started in politics. The Federalist Papers, in part written by Alexander Hamilton, for whom the award that was conferred on Jim is named, worked on the Federalist Papers, and that's arguably America's first successful public relations effort. PR legend Edward Bernays' concept about influencing the influencers is said to actually have been influenced by the use of third-party surrogates in the politics of his day. The use of radio was perceived as helpful to FDR in the 1932 election and beyond. In the 1990s, Bill Clinton introduced us all to triangulation. More recently, Howard Dean in 2004 used the internet as an efficient fundraising medium. And Karl Rove used micro-targeting to benefit George W. Bush. In 2008, Barack Obama's campaign used the internet to mobilize political action and manage messaging online. We've since seen the power of social media in organizing the Tea Party movement in 2009 and the Occupy movement and even the Arab Spring just last year. So with all of that, tonight is about communications lessons learned during the course of the 2012 campaign. And we have two truly exceptional people to lead us through this discourse. Now, many of you came thinking you were going to see two individuals, one Mark Penn and one Karen Hughes. Unfortunately, we got a call from Karen this afternoon that her plane had been canceled. But thanks to Dana, it's going to mean we don't have an empty chair. So Mark Penn served as President Clinton's pollster for 6 years and was a key advisor in his 1996 re-election. And in 2008, Mark was the chief strategist for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. He's also helped elect more than 25 world leaders, including UK Prime Minister Tony Blair and Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin. He's been a senior advisor to a number of top corporate leaders, and today is Corporate Vice President, Strategic and Special Projects for Microsoft. Dana Perino was press secretary to George W. Bush. She also worked in communications for the White House Council on Environmental Quality and the Justice Department. She also worked as a press secretary to a member of Congress, and in her early career was a broadcast journalist who covered politics in Illinois. Today, she is host of the Fox News channel, The Five. Without further ado, I introduce you to our two speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, please put away your etch-a-sketches. This will not be a bunch of malarkey. I'm not sure you'll leave here tonight with binders. Well, I am sure you'll leave here with binders of great insights, and we'll try to be done by 999, or at least before the 10 hour. Without further ado, Mark Penn and Dana Perino.